My name is Fred Sam. I'm from Nakasley First Nations, which is adjacent to the town of Fort St. James. And the reporting requirements for INAC are very onerous, and there's a lot of reporting to do, like quarterly reports and year-end reports. And that's time-consuming for our staff.
We have to hand fill in all of these forms in the Social Development Department.
We're here at Nakasley to have them test drive a social system, a social application that we want to acquire on behalf of First Nations in British Columbia to help nations manage their social information.
The proposal from Sue Henley for INAC is, in all honesty, to make their jobs easier. And to do that, we are making the frontline workers' jobs easier.
This way it takes 3 to 5 days just to do an annual statistical report, which is due once a year. The NCB quarterly report, I have to go through every monthly journal and count out every person that has children and fill them in by hand. The computer won't do it.
FNTC brought the Unification database developer from Stolo, Lewis Point, and trainers Alice Basito and Leslie Joe up to Nakasley to work with the social development and education people to install this model project to prove nation to nation what improvement a tool like Unification can bring.
This is Lewis.
Lewis.
Les.
Hi.
Alice.
Alice,
This
come
is
on
Charlotte.
in. Come on in.
So where are we going to go?
Down here.
All right.
Our goal back in 2004 was to help education and social development do their jobs effectively and efficiently and allow them to know when a client was walking in the door for either department. Here at the Nakasley, we've done a specialized installation. We have put in a standalone version of the application. That means that they have their own database. We wanted to be able to prove to INAC that not only can bands have their own application, keep track of their own data and maintain it here within their own band, but as well as have access from INAC or FNTC or wherever they install this application province-wide.
First Nations administering the social and education programs that are funded by Indian and Northern Affairs have a huge reporting burden to account for the money that they receive. Most of the communities in British Columbia do those reports manually.
It's not okay. This just is not okay anymore.
And it's a huge job for people whose real job is to work with their First Nations clients to move them along either in education or in social development towards a job, towards higher education, towards a meaningful life.
Slowly we've basically built up the gas bar that we see behind us. We have this store eventually built, and we also have a value-added sawmill that basically employs, when it's going full bore, probably around 60 people. We've managed to accumulate enough cash through our sawmill operation to afford to build a store of this size. As far as its benefits, I think heading in the direction of providing jobs for our people, I think it helps our people, I think, learn about the retail business as well as provides jobs for them as well.
Nakasley is a community of approximately 900 people, and so they have a large case file, and to do those reports manually takes a huge amount of time. Unification can integrate information, and it's really important in the social field. So, for example, under education, if you want to measure success, you need to understand the social situation.
FNTC has brought in a specialized training unit comprised of two previous social workers of the Stolo Nation, Alice Basito and Leslie Joe. Alice Basito, who is a frontline worker in FAW, and Leslie Joe, who happens to be the administrator at the Stolo Nation working for social development.
The First Nations Technology Council has developed a business case for unification that we've presented to Indian Affairs. And we're very hopeful that the relatively small investment that it takes by Canada that will provide a huge payback both for the nations and for the Government of Canada will be forthcoming in the immediate future.
Hello, my name is Samantha Kadji. I'm the Manager of Community Development here at Stalo Nation. We help develop the Unification program in order to serve our clients more effectively. We amalgamated our Human Resources Department information, our Social Development, Education, Employment Services. So what used to take us hours or days to do, we're now able to do in a matter of minutes. And in fact, when chiefs or community members call me and ask me for statistical information, I'm able to give it to them right away at the push of a button.